this is Lab 4, Part 1 of the lab in which we use if, then, and else statements in order to turn on an LED light with the use of the potentiometer. As you can see, I've got my circuit wired up. Black is to ground, obviously. Red is connected to the power source. And the the potentiometer, which is also hooked up to ground and to power, as well as analog read 0, and we have that listed on the program as sensor pin 0, and then my LED pin 3, because the LED light is hooked up to digital input 3. Alright, and then I currently have my serial monitor hooked up and open, and at any given point in which this number exceeds 600, my LED will turn on, and at any number less than 600, for example 0, my LED will be off. Alright, so let's turn this. As you can see, it is currently 633. As I continue to increase it, 711 as it reads. LED light is on. As I turn it, it turns off. And the value is currently 582, but as I turn the LED and the value increases and exceeds 600, my LED turns on. On, off, on, off. Alright, and that is part 1. Alright, lab 4, part 2, this in which we use the VEX line tracker as it appears on our Arduino. Let me exit this out real quick. Alrighty, and what I'll be using to demonstrate the line tracker on my Arduino is my black GameCube controller representing the black object, the white piece of paper right here representing the white object, and my turquoise card sleeve right here representing the unknown color. Alright, and we're going to go to Tools and then Serial Monitor. Alright, right now it's detecting something black, but if we put this fairly close to my turquoise card sleeve, and you lift it up a little bit, there we go. Not too close to it, otherwise it'll read it as white, but it's unknown color detected, as you can see. And we move on to my white little sheet of paper. It will display as, come on, there we go. Just got to get it close enough to the sheet of paper so that it represents it as white. And then we move on to my black GameCube, get it nice and close so that it represents itself as black. Alrighty, it's part 2. Alright, this is lab 4, part 3, in which we use a pull-up resistor for our circuit and for our LED lights, and then we use push buttons in order to activate said LED lights. I have my program right here. Whoops. Let's just get out of that. It's my program right there. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the circuit entirely lit, as you can see. I believe the only reason why my blue LED light is on is because there's a short somewhere. I tried getting my buttons in parallel as well as my LEDs in parallel, and my LEDs are connected to each other by ground. It's a little messy, I know. My push buttons should also be connected to each other by ground, but you know, it is what it is, I guess.